Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm making a lot of videos. This is a radical equation. This is a situation where you have a square root and it equals an expression on the right. As you learn on some other problems, you're ultimately going to have to square both sides of the equation as per the square root property. But there are some slight problems. First of all, make sure you realize that that expression under the square root has to be positive or zero. The expression on the right also has to be at least zero. That could lead to some issues later when we look for answers. As you learn on some other problems, you took the square root of both sides. Or should I say, you squared both sides. Now, what's going to happen on the left side is the square and the square root are going to undo each other and you're going to have 13 minus x. On the right side, however, you have to consider that this is a squared binomial. And in any squared binomial, you're going to get three terms when you square it. And you have to go through all the steps or you're not going to get the right answer. You have to realize that x minus 1 squared is just x minus 1 times itself. Since it's a square, it's two binomials, you have to FOIL. And when you FOIL, you're going to get middle terms that are going to become negative 2x. Many folks make the mistake of just squaring the x, squaring the 1, but that's not what you're supposed to do on this problem. So let's go ahead and continue. You're going to get x squared minus 2x plus 1. I do have a lot of writing going on this whiteboard. Now, because this is a quadratic and a linear on one side, quadratic on the other, you need to get all the terms on one side and get a quadratic. May I suggest adding x to both sides and subtracting 13 from both sides? That's just a little casual way of doing it, but this is going to lead me to a quadratic expression on the right. Now, it doesn't matter if the quadratic expression is on the right or on the left when you're solving for x. Let me go ahead and go to another page. You can flip them around if you're worried. You're also going to have to go back and remember factoring. I'm going to have to remember not to touch my face. So you will have to check, and then you will have to also check your factors by FOILing. Now you should realize that x times x is x squared, and negative 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, and you'll have the first and last terms. But what you should always check on factoring is add negative 4x and 3x for a total of negative x, which is actually the middle term. So make sure you include all that. Now, when you get your answer, this is a situation where you have to set one factor equal to 0 and set the other factor equal to 0, which will lead to x equals 4 or x equals negative 3. That was all nice. Now, 4 is not going to have a problem because it's 13 minus 4 equals 4 minus 1. Negative 3, however, that's going to have some problems because this will be 13 minus negative 3, which is 16. The other side is going to be negative 3 minus 1. The square root expression cannot be negative, so this cannot be an answer. So that's why you have to check your answers carefully on any square root equation, especially the ones involving square roots. Cube roots aren't as big of a deal. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So make sure you understand that for this particular problem, the solution set is 4 only. Thank you.